Hello, dreamers, and welcome back to Dream Queen by Perla'S. So we have Scorpio, Sagittarius Cusp. And an old way of thinking, an old way of doing things is slowly slipping away. So there may have been something that you have been trying to gain, or something you've been trying to attain, something that you've been working towards, or you've been trying to manifest, or trying to get off the ground, or something like that. And it's like the harder that you try, or the more that you worked at it, the further away is seen that you were from this goal, you were from attaining this. And it's like, okay, I know that this is part of, or this is where I feel led to, or this is where I feel whatever. So a period of adjustment, a period of trial and error is really what's in the books for you this week, in order to yield a certain result, in order to yield a certain outcome. So a very simple example is like, you're going to the gym, you're trying to tone up versus slimming down, and you've been doing more cardio than weightlifting, right? Because maybe cardio is what you're used to, right? When you first wanted to lose weight, that's what you did. You did more cardio, whatever it is, because it works differently for everyone. So it's almost about like, this week is about try and error in order to get an outcome that you're seeking, right? So it's like, maybe you want to integrate something into your routine, but maybe on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, you can do this in the morning, and on Tuesdays and Thursdays, you can do it in the afternoon, or maybe you can't do it at all in the afternoon. This can be meditation. This can be, a class that you want to sign up for, or, starting a relationship, starting dating, or something of that matter. But there's something that you want to integrate into your life, into your daily routine, or something that you're trying to integrate to get an outcome, a very specific outcome. But in order to get to that outcome, there has to be a try and error type of phase, and that is what this phase is for you. So those trials and errors is not failure, right? You're supposed to be learning from them. So do not get discouraged if you do something this week and you find yourself kind of swapping or switching it around a couple of times, because again, you're trying to figure out what works best for you, and that it's okay. Okay. There is when it comes to love, there's somebody coming in offering a lot, almost offering you everything that you want in a relationship. There's hesitation here on your part. This may be somebody from your past, or maybe this is somebody that you physically do not find attractive. Whatever it is like, you're like kind of overseeing the offer, maybe not listening to it, maybe not even wanting to listen to him, not taking it, for whatever the reason. But that did show up. There's healing that is happening from a certain, there's okay. There's healing that is happening from self-blame within a connection. Now, this is what it's going around. You may have, either with the same person, continue to go back to somebody, whether they're friends or lovers or whatever it is, knowing what they brought to the table, and you continue to get hurt, and you acknowledge and you took responsibility that you yourself were putting yourself back in that situation. So once you realize that, and then you continue to do it, then you started to blame yourself. So it's almost like the lesson was right there. You saw it, but you chose to still answer the wrong way. So an example for that, right? I have 4 kids, right? One of them is, he's really smart. He's like one of these Those people that you know, when you were back in high school and shit, you hated because they didn't have to study for anything. This is him, right? So he would take a test, specifically math, let's put it this way, where you have to show the equation, right? How you figure it out. You have to break it down. Or if you just write the answer, you get points taken off. Well, he's okay with getting a 90 on a test and losing 10 points because he didn't show any work and he just gave you the answer. Because in his mind, well, it's still an A. I still got it right. And I didn't waste my time. Right? So it's almost like, okay, he's given the chance to get 100, but he chooses not to do it. Even though he knows the consequences of not showing his work, right? So it's almost like, you know, the consequences of going back to a person, going back to a connection, going back to a situation, going back to a behavior, going back to whatever. But you go back to it and then it's not so much that you play the victim, is that then you go into a self-destructive energy where then you're hating yourself and you're blaming yourself, and then you start it all over again. And it's almost like, okay, come on, can we just get over that? Can we get over that energy? Can we get over that space? Like, you know something is not good for you. You know it's time to move away from a situation, whether it's a person, a job, or whatever it is. Stop torturing yourself. I get it. You may unknowingly be addicted to pain, be addicted to drama, but there's a better way to live, is basically what is being said here. So let's go ahead. Let's put out some tarot to just anything else, Spirit. We have the 3 of Swords in the reverse, the 10 of Cups with the 9 of Wands. You can't continue to go back to something that you've gone back to 100 times, and 100 times it has been the same outcome. This is definitely the definition of insanity, where you do something over and over and over again the same exact way and are expecting a different outcome. So if you want something different, if you want something new, if you want to get out of that energy of self-blaming yourself over taking someone back or going back to an old habit, going back to an old situation, then you know exactly what you have to do. Stop going back to it. Stop going back to it. Stop going back. Like, stop torturing yourself is basically the thing here. You're torturing yourself for no freaking reason other than you're used to the pain. And yeah, believe it or not, people do become addicted to pain and to drama, and you don't realize it while you're in the midst of it. Alrighty, so let's pull out an oracle card. Now, this can be confirmation to the reading. This can be your advice or something that you need to be aware of that you're not seeing clearly. Just one card, Spirit. Expect powerful changes, the new moon eclipse. So you need to put yourself in a space where you allow change to happen. The moment you say no and the moment you stand up to something from the past, again, it can be a behavior, it can be a person, it can be a way, you know, it can be any situation, right? You quit smoking, you pick up smoking. You quit drinking, you know, you've been clean, you've been an Alcoholic Anonymous for 7 years, and all of a sudden you start drinking and you can't get off the wagon. Or you fell off the wagon, however it is. I really don't know. I really don't. I drink. I should say I really don't. I'm not what you would consider a drinker. Let's put it this way. I can go years without having a sip of alcohol, and then I'll have a year where I'll drink like 3 or 4 times in the entire year. So it really depends. But what I'm trying to say is that there's a behavior here where you go back to something, then you blame yourself. So the next time that this comes back tempting you and you say no to it, you're going to feel empowered and you're going to see how things are going to start changing in your life. And you're going to get out of that self-blame energy. Well, guys, that is all I have for you for this week. As always, thank you for all your love and support. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel. Thank you to all of those that have been donating. It is greatly appreciated. And if you have not liked, share, or subscribed, I encourage you to do so. It helps with growing the channel, getting the video out there for more people, as well as keeping me accountable. For personal readings, so that information can be found down below in the description. Sending every single one of you love, strength, and blessing, guys. Take care. Mwah! Love you all. Bye-bye.